Apple Gift Card is a practical gift that unlocks a world of entertainment and fun. You can send it via email or give a physical card to your loved ones. Your friends and family can spend it on their favorite Apple services, including Apple subscriptions. Apple Gift Card can be used to buy all things Apple: products, accessories, apps, games, movies, TV shows, iCloud Plus, and more. Visit apple.com for details and to send Apple Gift Cards to your friends and family this holiday season.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I overall wanted to talk on responding to hate. Dealing with hate myself and then seeing content creators that I follow, seeing them deal with hate. I would have to say, comparing myself to others, I handle it differently. I actually take the time to respond to hate and things like comments or videos or any of that stuff. I would have to say now I'm starting to follow the footsteps of content creators that I follow, where I'm like, I'm not sitting down trying to make some video or do whatever. Like, I'll talk about it on my podcast, that's about it. But I do like the easy stuff of responding to hate, but at the same time, it's like, I will talk about it on videos. Like, I guess it depends on how, just dumb the situation is. Like, it's more so because I feel like I just, I talked on like all the other things. So now it's more so to just talk on like all the dumb things people would say to you, and and that's something that I've like spoke on a little bit, but I'll have to say, like, now I'm like in a better like mindset when it comes to it and things. I feel like a lot of times, like when I did talk about any hate videos or hate comments, like I would there would be a part of me that was like a little bit upset about it, because I'm like, I don't know why people like sit down and like take the time to write out that stuff knowing that it's gonna get deleted or it's just not gonna be seen. And as soon as I see that it's a hate comment, I delete it or I just block the person. And what's so dumb about it is that like a person, like, no, they want you to see what you're saying. I'm like, bro, I don't care, I have to say probably in a point in time, like that stuff, it will get to me, but I'm like, now, I'll have to say now I'm in a much more better mindset with YouTube than I was before. I feel like now that I have time to actually focus on it, I'm not going to waste that time, responding to hate. Hate ain't gonna get me anywhere, that's not gonna get a person anywhere. And that's my advice to people. When you're dealing with hate, respond to it, but don't respond to it for the whole day. Respond to it, because there is at times where I would record a video for one day and it would just be a video responding to hate. That was about it, And my thing is that even if I was like, let's say if the hate that I was getting back then, like if I was getting that same hate like right now as I speak, I still would be in the same mindset. I'm like, okay, I gotta see it as this. These dislikes, these hate comments, that don't mean nothing. It's me overall proving to other people that I'm, regardless of whatever, you see like within me, like if you want to see nothing but hatred and you just want me gone from the internet, that ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen at all. And people have told me that they want me off of the internet. They are like, delete your channel, do this, do that. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I haven't been on the internet for how long now? Like, I'm pretty sure they know how long. I've mentioned it plenty of times before. I've been on the internet. I've been on YouTube for 10 years now. I'm not going to quit today. Why would I make it this far? Why would I go through all this trouble? Why would I motivate people, tell people, like, never give up on your dreams, all of that stuff, and just for me to up and quit? Would that make any sense? Why would I preach something but I don't follow it? And then and there's like certain things that that you can preach and you won't end up following. I'm not saying that that's all people like. All people should be like that, but overall, I'm not trying to say that stuff like that is impossible. There's signs that people they preach. There's people that preach things to me and then they turn right back around and do it. But I can tell that they're moving up in life. I can tell that that they're becoming a better person. But Are they gonna quit doing what they're doing? No. Most of the times when like people when they like but there are like two different ways, but I'll have to say for me at least most of the times like when times like people have preached things to me, they usually would be still doing what they're doing, and it can be about whatever, but it's like they're still doing what they're doing and stuff. So my thing is like I feel like that I follow in those footsteps, but at the same time like I'm trying to do things different. Like I'm not trying to follow in the same footsteps as everybody around me. I'm trying to be the one that's different. I feel like everybody, and that's so I'm like, in the day that I have kids, I want them to be able to do the very same thing. Like, okay, they see their father doing something or see the mom doing something. And, I will, if they follow in our footsteps, I would like, okay, do that, but do it bigger, do it better. Don't do exactly what I do. Because I feel like when they do that, think on Will Smith and Jaden Smith, for an example. Like Jaden Smith, he overall, like he is following in his father's footsteps and his mom's footsteps. Like, well, yeah, well, mainly Will, but anyway, but I mean, yeah, Jada Pinkett Smith, she has some good movies too. We ain't gonna deny that. So, but anyways, but to use him as an example, he started off young acting, and then he eventually got into music, but he became better at it. I feel like with Jaden Smith, and I'm not overall saying that he's a better actor than his father. Musician wise, oh, hands down. I'm like, no disrespect to Will Smith. It's like you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. You got some good songs, bro. Like there's some songs of Will Smith that I got saved on my phone. I'm like, look, I don't care what anybody says. This song is fire. Like there are some songs out that Will Smith then made, and I'm like, yo, this is better than at least 100 of the songs that then came out in the recent 5 years. Like I'm like, that's not, me trying to be like, oh, I'm a Will Smith fan or, I'm a diehard fan or something. No, that's just straight up facts. There's probably like 100 to 1,000 songs that's been recorded in the past 5 to 10 years. And one of Will Smith's songs are better than all of those songs combined, separated, whatever, And but Jaden Smith, oh man, his music. What song was I listening to? I had like one of his songs on repeat the other day, but I was listening to some of his music today. I was listening to it maybe a few days ago, but he overall like he is following in his father's footsteps. And I feel like that there probably was like a lot of comments and a lot of stuff that he was seeing from people that was, people saying like, I'm pretty sure when he came out with his first song and what was like that, it was some song, dang, cause Will, he did like a spoof of it. What was that song called? He did like a spoof of it, and then he I don't know if he hopped on a remix. I can't remember, but hold on, let me see. Jaden Smith. No, Icon. Was it Icon? I think that was that song's name. Icon. Yup, it was that. Yup, that was that song. But that song came out like 2 years ago. Jaden Smith, I think, cause what I think he was like making music back when he was a kid too, like during the Karate Kid days. I think he was, cause I remember he did a music video with Justin Bieber, but I can't remember if he was on that song or not. But anyways, regardless, I'm pretty sure when he did start getting his foot into music, he was getting hate comments. He was getting like, people are saying like, oh, he trying to be like his father and stuff, like, and look how that turned out. And so he had to do things differently. He had to overall step into, still following his father's footsteps, but he had to just, be different with it. And even with, I know the movies that he's been in, because he killed it in Pursuit of Happiness. And I was like, and he was like, what, maybe 6 or 7 years old or something? I'm like, he couldn't have been no more than like maybe 8 years old. I'm like, he was still a kid. I don't know how old he was when he did that movie, but I was just all like, yo, that was some good acting from a kid. Like I've seen so many kid actors in like movies and TV shows, but I'm like, no, I had to say probably the best like kid actor that I've seen killing in a movie. And there has been a lot, and there's also a car going up and down the street for what reason, I don't know. It's like, bro, just take your car and go, drive off, you good. Like, you ain't got to do all that extra stuff. But anyways, or it might have been this dude on the bike, I don't know. But anyways, but no, like, Jaden, like, I'm pretty sure even with movies, too, people was all like, and I know the one movie where he was getting a lot of, like, drama and beef over was the movie he did with his father, Will. And it was, like, some, like, alien movie. And I remember like watching clips of that movie. A lot of people give that movie bad ratings, but I don't know. Like it's one of those movies where it's like watch it and just be like. And I guess like when you understand like the backstory, the day that no, that ain't it. After Earth, that's that movie. After Earth. But I see it as that. Look, he did that, and I think that was one the reason why he did that movie was because his it was like a way for him and his father. Like what last time I think they did a movie together was The Pursuit of Happiness. So it's like and that's just like a kid and their parent like when they're going to an amusement park or when they're going to some restaurant or they're going to the mall or going to whatever. It's a parent and their kid hanging out. So that's why I seen that movie as a parent and a kid hanging out. So people, you could say whatever you want about the storyline. You could say whatever you want about the acting. You could say whatever you want about it. I remember I had sat down, I watched that movie, and I was just like, yo, this movie is actually good. And I know people are going to probably be thinking that I'm crazy for saying that. And I'm like, no, I'm not no diehard Smith fans. I'm like, I haven't seen every Will Smith movie. I haven't seen every Jaden Smith movie. I haven't listened to every Will Smith song. I haven't listened to every Jaden Smith song. But I've seen enough. I've heard enough for them to earn my respect. So for me to spread any hate because this is what everybody else is doing, that's one thing that also like talking on hate is that you should never follow in the footsteps. You should always like think for yourself, and that's something I've preached to my haters and stuff. I'm like, a lot of you guys just seen a video on me and then that's what you automatically thought about me. You didn't even allow yourself to have a moment to think about me. So I'm like, my thing is like, you're going to do all this talking, you're going to do all this like stuff that you want to say about me, but in reality, do you know me? Do I know the Smith family? No, I don't. So why would I hate them if I don't know them? I haven't. My thing is like, I can't even say that I'm a fan of them because I don't know these guys. But I mean, and overall, I'm not saying like, if you don't know them that you can't be a fan of them. But I'm like, I can't really have a say so on their lives. And like, it just, something coming from me, it can't be, reliable. So it's like, if you decide at the end of the day, and that's what I'm like, that's where your mind comes into place, where you have to, think for yourself. Based off of what I just told you about Jaden Smith and Will Smith, they're some of my favorite musicians and actors. I'll watch anything of theirs. I'll listen to anything of theirs. Why? Because I'm a fan of them. But that's my own personal opinion. And I could have overall, after I seen like the first hate comment or first whatever about Will and Jaden Smith or just the whole Smith family, I could have been that person where I seen it was just like, oh, don't like him, hate them, I'm gonna hate him forever. The guy, I ain't got no reason to like him. Why would I do that? My thing is like, I don't think people realize like the amount of work that a person will go through to prove themselves to others. And that's overall what I'm trying to do. I guess for people, it's all like, okay, well, TMossBoss, tell me about yourself. People think that, I'm doing this for clout. I'm doing this for money. I'm doing this, for my own benefit. And if people actually sat down and took the time to actually hear my plan and hear what, because I'm not, that's one thing that I had to say that I thought of myself maybe last year, a couple of years ago, that I'm not on earth for me. I'm on earth for everybody else around me. Yes, at the end of the day, I'm supposed to be there for myself. Obviously give yourself self-love and all of that. But I see it as this. I'm not here for myself. I'm here for those around me. I'm here to either motivate, be there, for a person that they've never experienced a friend, they've never experienced family, they never experienced love, they never experienced a laugh. That's what I'm here for. And at the end of the day, I might not be able to provide that for people. And there has been times where I've, tried to help out people. They, was like, I don't want to say like too far gone, but I couldn't help them. So, and it's something that like that type of stuff will eat at me, where I'm like, I couldn't help a person. There was actually a friend of mine. I feel like I ain't gonna get into detail about her personal life, but she was dealing with some stuff. She was dealing with a lot of things. And I remember I knew I was friends with her brother. I didn't even realize that they were related, but I was just like, once when I like added them on like social media and stuff, then I seen that they were siblings and things. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But she was she dealt with like a lot of different things, but eventually she just disappeared off of the internet. And I remember I was just like, I reached out to her and stuff when she was dealing with her problems, and I was just like, hey, like, if you're dealing with some things, like, let me know. Like, I might not be able to do a whole lot, but I can at least, like, whatever, like, words you need to hear, like, if as long as there ain't nothing negative, like you trying to hear like a positive message, like I will sit here and write out a whole script, a whole Bible long book of a positive message to send you. Like y'all don't understand how far in depth I would go to be there for a person. But anyways, but yeah, she was like she was dealing with too much, So I'm like my thing is like my message, my words, it can do so little. I felt like in her situation. So, but eventually she ended up disappearing. She was like, she was gone. So I got worried. I got very, very worried. And it was, and it's crazy because it was like I remember they lived like right up the street from my house, so I could have very well knocked on the door and just been like, oh hey, but I'm like, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Like it wasn't somewhere. It's like I felt like the only time you should go to a person's house is if they invite you over. So for me to just randomly show up, or like unless they brought me to their house, I'm like that's the only way. But I'm like I knew where they live. But I guess like it's just like my mind getting the best of me and things like I'm still like myself, but at the same time if I'm like trying to help somebody, I'm overall still gonna be myself. But no, that's what I did maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I reached out to her brother and asked her like, yo, is she good, is she okay? And he told me that she was. And I was just like, oh, okay, dope. I was like, like I'm like finally a relief. Like this has been going on. And I remember she was dealing with her stuff like maybe 2-3 years ago, and it was something that had been eating at me like ever since then. Like anytime I would see her name, anytime I like just be scrolling through Facebook or whatever memories, and it could just be something that would trigger me to just really start like thinking about this person. They had like if I was like going through like Facebook, they got like that memory stuff where you can go through all like the posts that you made on a certain day. And I'll see her name and just be like, dang, I wonder how she's doing. And still, like, my thing is, like, even hearing it from her brother, I still wanted to, like, figure out a way to reach out and be like, yo, is she, like, contact her and be like, yo, is you good? Like, is everything all right? Because I guess, like, yeah, she moved to a different state. And I remember she had a kid. So I was just like, I hope everything is going good. But, yeah, it was something I'm like, dang, I hope everything is all right. But anyways, but that's how I am. That's overall how I am. I reach out to people, and I know that there's the one rumor on YouTube where people were saying that I had ignored a suicidal girl, and I had to say that was like the one thing that really did get to me, because it wasn't even so more so like people just like I mean yeah, it was like messed up. People made up this rumor about me, but it was like upsetting. I'm like, y'all don't even know me to like, if you guys knew who I was, knew the type of person that I am, you guys know that is, even the people that made up the story would have said to themselves like, oh yeah, no, ain't no way people will believe this. I guess like that's why I just need to start doing is just be more open with myself, like tell people these things. So eventually, when stuff like this comes out, then it's like, oh, okay, well, he's talking on it, we already know what type of individual that TMossBoss is. Like, really only his friends know. But I'm like, no, fans deserve to know, too, like, the type of person I am. So, yeah. But, no, when that story had came out about me, I'm like, are y'all serious? Like, because it was, like, it was upsetting. But also it was laughable. Because I'm like, if people, oh my god, I'm like, this is this. But and then the thing is, was like, as the time like progressed on, and I was like, sat down and I started like thinking more on it and stuff, I was like, really the only people that was promoting that story was those that hated me. It was literally nobody. And that's why I was like, and I was waiting for the day. I was literally waiting for the day, like if Keemstar or any other like media outlet, whatever, on YouTube contact me and ask me about it, because I'm like, oh, I'm about to go in. I cannot wait. I'm like, if I gotta send these guys messages from like the past like 5 years that I've sent to friends and stuff, like I can seriously create a book of all of the positive messages that I've sent to random people that I'm friends with on social media, people that I just consider a friend, people that I consider best friends, people that I consider family, fans. Literally, I can write a whole book on all the positive messages that I've been sending to people for like probably 5 to 10 years. I can't go like, give y'all an exact year, but it's been something where I'm like, it's even been something like face to face that I've had to be there for people. So I was like, a story like that, I was like, yeah, that was dumb. But it's hate like that, when you respond to it. And it will make you, and I'm not gonna say, like, people are like thick skinned and strong, like there had been like hate comments where I was just like, it literally rolled right off of me. I was just like, oh well. And but it was like, but it's a full on story, like a full on hate story, like some fan fiction that some person done wrote about you. That's honestly like everything that has been written about me. It's just been fan fiction. So that's how I'm starting to see it now. I'm like, it's fake. It ain't real. But yeah, it's something that was like, it did get to me. It did make me a little upset. But I was just like, hey, you know what? That's how they feel. That's how they're gonna feel. I can't overall. I hope one day I could change the mind of those out there that hate me. But if not, then I'm like, you know what? Hey, I'm not even gonna sweat it. It is what it is. It's not overall going to ruin my dreams and ruin my goals in life. Like I said, I'm doing this. The only reason why I'm doing the podcast, YouTube videos, TikTok, whatever it is, the only reason why I'm doing any of that stuff is to help out those around me. Obviously, I'm gonna do things for myself throughout the time, but and people, I know that's like one thing people they mention how many shoes I got. You think I overall bought those shoes, was wearing them and all of that, but it's something I'm like, I overall bought it so I can just use them for videos. Because I know them videos are going to get thousands of views. I know those videos are going to blow up. So, yeah, sometimes, a lot of my videos have been misses. But I've also made some hits. So I'm like, that's the only reason I'm like, I see this. I just got to do that with all of them. And when that time does come, it's like, I just can't wait for it to where it's like, people, when I'm able to just do more, man, I can't wait for those that have always had nothing but negative things to say about me. I'm like, I can't wait for that stuff to just be rubbed in their face. Like, oh, well, you said this about TMossBoss. What about this video? What about this? Well, he said this and that and things. They gotta just answer, just like how I'm had to sit down and answer for all the things that they thrown at me. I'm like, I can't wait for the day where they gotta sit down and answer all the millions of questions that's gonna be thrown at them about me. But anyways, yeah, but I like how this was like, this wasn't really about responding to hate. Like there was at a point in time I started thinking to myself, like halfway through this podcast episode, I was like, I'm not even talking about responding to hate anymore. But no, that's one thing for sure. It's like, responding to hate, you don't show any anger. Don't show any anger. Just overall, like, what your, like, the bigger picture is in life for you. So that's why I feel like that needs to be on your mind more than anything else. It shouldn't be a hate comment or any of that. And I remember, because that was the whole reason why I wanted to do this episode. I got a hate comment this morning. I was like, bro, it is too early for this. But I told one of my friends, I was just like, it's stuff like that you just gotta laugh about. I'm like, just don't get angry, don't get upset. It's like, you just gotta laugh about that stuff. And then there's this one YouTuber that I follow. Her name is like Stephanie or something like that. She got like some like long name, but she if you look up, why is Jason Derulo trending on Twitter? Spotted, free falling. That is not. They tried saying that was Wiz Khalifa. Now they saying that it's Jason Derulo. I don't even understand Jason Derulo. He didn't like really blow up on TikTok, but it was, I don't know. But anyways, oh yeah, I was trying to look up this this YouTuber. Her name, yeah, her name is like Stephania. Yeah, Stephania, but she does these like basketball videos. But she was Stephania. Stephania? Huh. I just straight up butchered her name, and I'm like, how am I gonna be pronouncing the name? Oh, does she does? Oh, she plays 2K? Oh, I gotta check that out. I always just thought she'd just be traveling around just doing basketball videos, but no, anyways, but no, she was talking on like responding to hate yesterday, and and I'm saying, like, people, she be getting some comments. A lot of people do, and I'm like, it's crazy. It's like, bruh, like, y'all wasting all that time trying to respond or not respond, but like making hate comments and things. I'm like, bro, give it a break. Like, literally, you're the only one that's talking about this. Like, that's one thing that's somebody had like always told me, is that you're and it's gonna honestly take some time, but that's why I'm like, that amount of time, focus on yourself. Don't focus on everything else around you. Focus on yourself. and focus on bettering yourself. So for those around you and stuff, and that's why I'm like, and everybody doesn't really have to be in the same mindset. If you do want to do things for yourself, you very well can do it for yourself. And I have to say that's probably some advice that I need to follow. Just do things for myself. And at times I do think like along those lines, but then I feel like that just it just gets overran with like, oh man, I want to do this, I want and that was something I was like I had just did with one of my friends. I didn't even tell them that, but they posted a photo on Instagram of a camera that they really wanted, and so I screenshotted it, and I was just like, yo, if I ever make in any recent time, if I or in the future, but it's like hopefully soon, if I ever do make enough money to get, because it was like some like $5,000 camera, I think. But I was just like, nah, if I ever do make enough money to where I'm like, that like a $5,000 camera is literally $5 to me and stuff, I'm getting it for him. I'm like, I hope I'm able to, but yeah, I'm like, there's him. There's literally everybody that I probably know. I'm like, I want to do at least one thing for them and stuff, whether it's giving them money or paying for a wedding or doing something for their kids. I know I told that to some of my friends with kids. I'm like, I want to be able to do like something like college related for them, like start up a fund. What else? There was one of my friends, she wanted to open up a salon. That was something she told me a long time ago. And yeah, I want to do that. There's a lot that I want to do. So I'm saying like, have that running through your mind, but just make sure that you do things for yourself, like as you're doing things for other people. But anyways, yeah, that's all I can really think of to say right now. I'm probably going to go out for exercise or make some videos or something. But anyways, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you're viewing this on YouTube, like, subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. I also got a merch store, so if you want, you can purchase a TMossBoss hoodie or a Wastelanders hoodie. That Wastelanders is my brand. But yeah, do whatever. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.